Everywhere you go, people are busy telling you that in order to get the health, the body, and the life you want, you just need more discipline. You need to have more self-control, more motivation, more focus. But what if it's not true? I've actually found that a very, very simple 5 or 6 part morning routine that takes less than a half hour has been my ultimate secret for motivation and discipline. And that's what we're going to talk about in today's video. What's up, ladies and gents? This is Alex Hine over at modernhealthmonk.com. So about 10 years ago, when I was in my late teens, I was trying to work on making progress on all these different goals. So I wanted to start meditating every day, even though I'd already been in meditation. I wanted to start regularly exercising. I wanted to stretch more because I was sitting a lot and my back was hurting. I wanted to read more. There were all these things, all these little habits I wanted to do, but the consistency, the discipline aspect was very tough for me because I had a busy schedule like many of you do. And a lot of these I didn't want to do, but I wanted the results. And I came across this article about the daily habits of millionaires. And what I found was that many of them do a few things in regard to their health and in regard to their discipline. And besides doing things like meditating and exercising, which many of them do, they all, or a majority of them, had very interesting morning routines. So I came across this idea that many of these successful people would stack several series of habits together first thing in the morning because they realized that in the afternoon or evening, they're tired, they're more likely to have schedule conflicts, there's more likely to be stuff going on, especially as you get older and have kids and get married. But if they did these things in the morning, if they stacked these things together, like brushing your teeth and taking a shower, they could consistently do them and set the day up in a positive, focused, motivated way. So sure enough, I tried the next day putting together a couple habits, a very short 5-minute yoga routine, reading an inspirational book, and writing down some thoughts for the day. And for the first time, I consistently did a couple of these habits for a whole week, okay? Just 5 days, a weekday. So just 5 days, just one working week. And that was the most consistent I'd ever been in my life. Now these days, I have a very sophisticated, well-developed longer morning routine, and it's been a total game changer for me. Now, if you're struggling to have discipline, here's how I would stack or smush these habits together, and here are the exact habits I would recommend. Now, everything you're gonna see in this morning routine is very strategic. It's not there just for fun. It's not there just for no reason. The first thing is 7 minutes of yoga. Now, when I got my first desk job in my early 20s, I started suffering from a lot of back and neck pain, something I never had in my entire life. And I found that unless I consistently stretched, the key word is consistently, I would have the pain. So I figured out that I'm not going to do it late at night, I'm not going to do it in the middle of the day, but if I did it first thing in the morning, not only would it wake me up, but I would feel better immediately getting after bed when I sometimes had a stiff back and a stiff neck. 7 minutes is only because 10 minutes sounds like too long, 1 minute sounds like too short. So the first one is 7 minutes of yoga. The second thing is 30 minutes of meditation. Now, you can do this just for a minute at the start. You can do it for 5 minutes, whatever works for you. But I found that at least 20 minutes is enough to really get me into a very deep or a moderately deep state of meditation. And the reason for doing this in the morning is that honestly, there's a lot of crap that comes in my head when I wake up. A lot of negativity, a lot of, I've got to go through this day thing. And the meditation totally gets rid of that. The third thing is gratitudes. I struggled a lot with happiness in my early and mid 20s. So what I did was I systematized this habit by putting it first thing in the morning. I've got a little journal. Sometimes I just use my phone, and all I do is write down 3 things I'm grateful for, or one I like more is just, in the last day, what were 3 really enjoyable experiences? And they don't have to be big things, but something as simple as I got a coffee and just looked out the window watching the snowfall. Very simple things. The fourth thing is reviewing my daily and my yearly goals. One of the biggest things that has helped me in my 20s to reach my health goals and all my other life goals is writing down the coolest life imaginable and then turning those into goals. So for example, if I wanted to travel 2 weeks a year, I would write that down. If I wanted to gain 10 pounds of muscle and lose some belly fat, I would write that down specifically. And I found that if I reviewed them daily, and by review, just a quick 10-second glance and visualization, I was much more likely to reach the goal and stay focused because every day I was reminding myself of what I wanted. So in the morning, I've got a sheet printed off of all the goals, and I'll just read them very briefly. The fifth thing is affirmations. For those of you that are stuck with a lot of self-negativity or maybe self-worth issues, you don't think you're good enough for something or someone, affirmations have been a total game changer for me. So maybe it's uncertainty about the future. You're really afraid about school or work or your relationship, or you're afraid you're going to fail reaching this health and weight loss goal again. Write an affirmation that's the exact opposite. So if your fear is that, oh, I'm going to fail yet again trying to go after this health and weight loss goal, write down, I'm very confident that this time could be different, that this time will be different, or I am committed to reaching my health goal no matter how long it takes me, no matter how many times I fail. Or for example, write down, I'm confident I can reach this health goal, and I'm committed to showing up daily and doing this no matter how many times I fail and no matter how long it takes me. And imagine how you mentally would feel internally after reading that every day. Very big difference. And then finally, the sixth thing is I quickly review my goals for the day. So if one of your goals is a fitness goal, that may mean daily you're going to track what you eat and go work out or do some kind of small exercise. So maybe on your little sheet that day is going to say, make my own lunch and go for a walk at lunchtime. Or make my own lunch, run after work, or go to the gym after work, or don't get drinks after work. The very act for me of putting it on a sheet the night before makes it so much easier that day to know exactly the game plan and exactly how it's going to unfold. Now, like I said, this morning routine has left me supercharged, and by far, the biggest, most important thing it did for me was that it left me in a crazy good mood, an inspired, motivated mood, and it gave me the roadmap for not only the day ahead, but the year ahead, hence the idea of Master the Day in my book. So your tiny habit for today is very simple. If you're trying to be more disciplined, try stacking the habits together, smushing them, creating a morning routine, and maybe just using my exact routine right here, the 5 or 6 steps. And I guarantee you, you're gonna wake up so much more focused and really excited, really inspired to take on the day. Now, if you like this video, click the monk dude to subscribe. Make sure you come on over to modernhealthmonk.com. I've got a free guide there on losing your next 10 pounds, the exact habits you need to know. And if you like this tiny daily habit approach to losing weight, feeling good, and living a great life, go check out my book, Master the Day, on Amazon.com. I would love if you could leave a review for me and watch this video, do those things, and I'll catch you in the next one.